Willoughby Homes Collapses. Let's have a look. Hello everyone, Florian.Heise here and welcome to another episode of HeiseSays. The construction apocalypse continues as another builder collapses, and once again in the retail sector. Now, we've discussed about Willoughby Homes in the past. Let's jump over, before we go through this article written by Alex Turner Cohen, to their website. Let's check them out here. We can see, let's view some of their homes. Display homes now open. Here's one thing I've been talking about in other videos, just the fact that you can't get, or people won't build, tiny two-bedders anymore. Look at this stuff. 1, 2, 3, 4 bedrooms, a theater, a study, which is another bedroom, a dining room, a family room, and an alfresco room. What's that, a butler's pantry? Look how big that is. Look at this. This is luxury, guys. So these are high-quality homes. 31 squares. Back in the day, you wouldn't be building houses like this, particularly as a starter home. You would get, hang on, are these the only ones to view? Okay, it looks nice, but that's probably just printed tiles. Let's see, let's explore their floor plans. Come on, here we go, 10-meter wide lot. So a small lot. Let's have a look here. And here we go, a 3-bed house, little tiny specky, but still, you've got all this extra space. 1 garage, 2 bath. These would have been considered luxurious back in the day. This is part of the reason why housing is more expensive. Our houses are just bigger. They're just bigger. Anyway, I'm going off topic. They've, again, it's another residential housing builder that's gone under. People are going to get in trouble with half-finished builds. But the long-term or medium-term consequence of this is we're going to have less supply, less people actually able to provide supply. And this is a few things have come together for this. And the government coming to the rescue, the insanely low cash rate, which juiced up the market. 3% was an emergency. You've got first home grants, 88 grand, plus I think 200 and other ones. Now we've got the federal government with their shared equity schemes. You've got 5 and 2% government loans. And then you've got negative gearing and super withdrawals. You've got home builder bringing projects forward. Then add to that, that increases demand. So you've got supply down as well of labor. People are getting sick. You've got forced lockdowns. You've got more difficulty getting on site. You've got material costs skyrocketing because shipping went to the moon. All of this comes together in a perfect storm, and the next few years are going to be interesting, guys. They certainly are. So a New South Wales building company has gone into voluntary administration, leaving at least 30 houses in limbo. On Friday night, this is a few days ago, Sydney-based Willoughby Homes appointed external administrators. The company collapsed just over 24 hours after New South Wales Fair Trading suspended its building license for failing to pay debts ordered by a court. That's the problem with a builder. When you get in trouble, you can't dig your way out of it often. You lose your building license, then you can't build. Homeowners were informed via email late on Friday that David Mansfield and Jason Tracy of Deloitte's Turnaround and Restructuring Department had been appointed as joint administrators. How can they turn around a company that can't build without a license? Maybe they bring in another person with a temporary license? Would you want to take on that risk? They'd have to pay you a lot. Let me know in the comments, guys, because I've never been involved with a builder going under. A sister company of Willoughby Homes, Project 360 Degrees, which was run by the same leadership team, is also part of the administration proceedings. It comes after an exclusive news.com.au investigation found the company has been non-functional for some time, with build sites stalling for as long as a year. The company's home building insurance not being fully reinstated, and finally, all its offices being cleared out and phone lines going straight to voicemail. Now, here's one thing I want to remind you all about with this government coming to the rescue, was how they kept zombie companies alive during all the lockdowns and the mess there. They let people trade while insolvent. Now, as a business, you shouldn't take on any debts or take services from anyone when you don't have the money to pay for it, or as a company. That's trading while insolvent. That's a real dog act, and a lot of people, well, will do that. So you're working as a tradie, you're working for a spec home builder like these guys, and you pay for all those materials, put it all in there, and then they don't have the money to pay you. The old bullshit of paid when paid too. That's illegal as well. So we just have to remember that they changed the rules to keep everything chugging along. And so news.com.au understands around 30 homes were in the pipeline to be built, and that at least 10 creditors owed money. There are also around 8 staff who will be impacted, although it's understood they had all ceased working at the company in the last several weeks. Staff had not been paid their superannuation in the months leading up to the collapse, with one staff member owed $53,000 in wages. This is the problem. This is why I advocate for super being paid to the workers, and then you are forced to send that yourself to the super company. So you don't worry about the business not paying it. You pay it yourself. I know people would hate it, and then you wouldn't have compulsory super anymore, but we should do the same with taxes too. Let people really realize how much of their hard work is being siphoned away. That'll change the politics of this country overnight. One creditor, Regno Trades, is owed $184,000 and has a court date hearing this Wednesday calling for Willoughby Homes to be wound up in insolvency. We'll have to see what happens. At least 10 contractors are chasing them over unpaid debts, and more than a dozen customers have taken them to NCAT, demanding their deposits or progress payments be returned as work have stalled. Although Regno Trades has applied for Willoughby Homes to be placed in liquidation over a $184,000 payment, several other creditors have also taken legal action. 5 companies have applied for a default judgment over payments. You can do all this, guys, and it doesn't mean you're going to get the money. Trust me, I know. I've gone through this process with someone. They didn't get the money. It could all be gone. They could liquidate the company. You can't get anything. There you go. H&R Interior, 73 grand. Prosper Advanced, 60 grand. 22 grand, 5 grand, 6 grand. Alba Kitchens claims news that they were owed $80,000 from Willoughby Homes. Trueform Frames and Trusses claimed they were waiting on an outstanding payment of $24,000 several months ago. And Finesse Electrical and Air Conditioning claims it's owed $4,500 for jobs done in February. Now, getting paid late is sadly a common thing in the construction industry. It's something I've experienced many times over. We've had situations back in the past when we had a hall office and a team of people where just the money wasn't coming in. They were delaying payments. And you've got to find the money to pay people. That was very stressful. But for us, it's just labor, staff costs. Imagine if you're like an air conditioning mob here and you've put all these air conditioners in these houses. You can't go and tear them out because now they're fixed to the house. The client's paid for them if they've done a progress payment. So you're kind of screwed. You spend all this money, you've invested it in someone else's property, and you're done over by the builder. So guys, this is why whenever you hear someone whinging about tradies how much they charge, this is part of the reason why they charge so much. Well, another reason is they've got insane regulation and costs to do business, but it's risky. News.com knows 2 other suppliers are owed money. It's understood these creditors have not yet been contacted by the company's voluntary administrator. The New South Wales Civil and Administrative Tribunal ordered Willoughby Homes to pay $76,000 to a customer on June 8, and then last week, on July 21, another homeowner was awarded $38,000 payable immediately. Both debts were never paid, prompting the building license of Willoughby Homes to be suspended on Thursday. So, 2 employees who quit several months ago were also owed thousands in unpaid superannuation, and what was said was a sign the company was on the brink of collapse. Yeah, that's probably the most accurate way to measure if one of these companies is in real trouble. It's not paying the super. Because, you set that money aside into a big chunk of money, then you think, oh, yeah, I'll just take some of that just until we get through this hump, and then we'll pay it back later. I know people who I worked with, or I didn't work with, I studied with. They were, made redundant from an architectural practice they've worked at for years, and no super had been paid. None had been paid. It's why I told my staff, Get a super fund that you can actually check so you can see to make sure the money comes in. Xavier worked in the sales department of Willoughby Homes for more than a year before he was made redundant in February 2021. The father of 3 claims he is still to be paid $53,000 from his commission fees. To recover the money, he spent $5,000 on lawyers, although his latest legal letter has gone ignored for months. Yeah, he's not getting that money. He also learned he was owed $7,000 in unpaid superannuation. Another staff member is owed $5,000 in super and had to get tax authorities to intercede on his behalf to recoup his cash. In June, news.com.au flagged that Willoughby Homes was on its last legs as some customers watched their dream homes languish for months in the final stages of the project. Several other aspiring homeowners forked out tens of thousands in a deposit as long as 2020, and to date nothing has been done on the empty sites. News.com also knows at least 2 customers who signed a contract with Willoughby Homes when the company was not able to enter into any new contracts. New South Wales insurer iCare had not reinstated Willoughby Homes Building Compensation Fund since April 2021. With the state body rejecting multiple applications, it confirmed to news.com.au. This means the construction firm could not begin any new projects that required the HBCF, so any projects costing more than $20,000. So they've been in trouble for a while. A New South Wales Fair Trading spokesperson told news.com.au it's a breach of the Home Building Act for a builder to enter into a contract to complete residential work above $20,000 without HBCF insurance. Mum of 3, Maurice Hortono, and her husband from Northridge gave out $38,000 to the builder as a deposit, while Greg Denton and his wife paid $22,000 for a Central Coast home. Both customers are now not insured as they signed after Willoughby's HBCF had not been renewed and are not entitled to any compensation from the fund. Well, they can take legal action against the directors of the company, you'd imagine, for fraudulently signing this contract. Couldn't they? But the problem is there's a cost involved in that. And what if they've got no money? This whole thing's a mess, isn't it? Miss Hartono told News.com she was devastated to hear the news that the company had gone bust, as it's left so many unanswered questions about what this means for her deposit and her plans for a dream home. Since June, New South Wales Fair Trading has been actively investigating Willoughby Homes, with the government department telling news.com.au the investigation is ongoing and no comment can be made. I urge anyone to contact them. On Thursday, the entity used its powers against Willoughby Homes to suspend its license, effectively stopping the company's ability to trade. I mean, am I looking at the right builder here? Yeah, because I'm thinking there's nothing on this website saying they've been put into administration. Is this the right one? Willoughby Homes, read a privacy policy, contact us, locations. I mean, why is there nothing on here saying what's going on? Why is there nothing on here saying it's okay? Customers have been left reeling over the long months of waiting. Cherry Cobrador Wong, 33, and her husband, Logan Wong, 35, from Sydney's West, had recently had a baby, are behind in mortgage and rent because they claim their house has been unleft since November. I'm crying all the time. I'm emotionally saddened and destroyed, she previously told news.com.au. Oh, yeah. I mean, this is just destroying families. These are the nurses that we looked at before. Or, sorry, they're paramedics. There you go. So let's have a talk about this one, guys. Another residential building company has gone under. This is the construction apocalypse that I've been talking about. This is what happens primarily when you overheat the housing market. Are we going to learn the lessons we need to learn from this? I don't know. You tell me. As always, guys, thanks for watching. Like, share, subscribe to the channel. Let me know your thoughts and opinions on this one in the comments down below. If you want to support the channel, there are a few ways you can. Financially via YouTube or Patreon. You can use our referral links, buy our pocket squares, or call us if you need an architect. Take care, everyone. Have a great day. I'll see you next time. I feel sorry for these people. It's going to be tough. It is. See you next time.